Hey yo, boys and girls. So, I just think, okay, so basically, I just want to say that, first off, my videos are going to be way better quality now, I think, considering how much better the audio just became. And not only that, but, I took a while to come out with this one just because I felt a little sick. But then I saw, I actually posted something a while ago. I think it was like my last post, I'm not sure, but I was commenting on Angel Ganev's stuff. I commented on his YouTube video, and then I was commenting on his Instagram post, and he ended up liking one of my posts and telling me that he really liked my line work. So I think that really motivated me to actually finish this video. I was kind of like, I'm like really sick and I didn't really want to work on it, but I've started working on it and I finished it pretty fast actually, considering the time I took on it. So I think it's pretty nice. At least it's better than my last videos. I think my videos are just going to keep on getting better. But yeah, I think this is pretty okay. Alright, let's get on with the video. Alright, so basically, this whole video is going to be just a sped up version of me drawing hand studies for 10 minutes each hand, and I'm molding out the shape of the hands and then like tweaking them a little. Of course, at first, right here, obviously, I kind of messed up the hand a little bit, the pointer finger being completely unproportionate. I mark it and kind of show that like, oh, I don't really like this. And here I'm just changing the angle and everything. But yeah, so usually I don't time my drawings. I kind of just draw, and sometimes my videos will be, or the videos that I record will be about half an hour for each drawing or something, or an hour. I know it's like the first times that I'm actually like timing myself. I'm seeing how much time it takes for me to finish some drawings, although sometimes I have pauses in between where I'm just kind of analyzing what I'm looking at, trying to figure out how the fuck I'm gonna put that on paper. From his videos, he says not to use squares, but I really can't help it. This is kind of how I learned how to draw, so it's kind of hard to change the way you draw once you've already started drawing that way. A lot of really talented professional artists say, well, usually these are digital artists. I don't really watch too many traditional artists, but for most of the digital artists that I've seen, they say that you shouldn't be drawing with your wrists, which, as you can see, that's what I do a lot, and you should be drawing with your elbow. And I've been trying to draw like without moving my wrist too much, but I'm just not used to that, and I think it's gonna be really hard for me to change my habits that I already have. I do think I should try to change them slowly, but I don't think I would feel comfortable posting anything I drew that like in a manner that I'm not used to, you know? It's almost like trying to draw with your left hand if you're right-handed, or vice versa. And of course, it's not gonna look anywhere near the same or quite as, you know, it's not gonna look just as good, you know? I feel like I'm at a point where like I'm kind of like in the middle of average and kind of starting out to develop my own skill in a way that's like, okay, well, I've been doing this for like how long? So it's kind of like I get scared of changing like the way that I draw, because I really don't want to mess up what I already have. Even though, of course, your art style changes and develops as time goes on, it's scary when you don't know if the change is good or not, you know what I mean? So I definitely get kind of scared of trying new techniques and stuff. I'm just putting squares kind of for the palms to kind of indicate like, okay, so this is kind of the position of where the palm would be. to kind of map out or like give a point of reference where the fingers are going to be according to the hand or the square, basically. With anything that I draw, I'm just using lines or shapes to kind of figure out, okay, well, where's her head going to be in proportion to the torso and stuff like that. Like, I just use everything that I'm drawing to build off of that and kind of figure out, okay, the next part is going to be here. And that's obviously a little bit more complicated, I think you can find easier ways to draw. But for me, I mean, this is what works for me. I don't really find anything else to be easier for me. And I think when there's less on the page, I think it's harder for me to figure out what I'm seeing. When there's more, it kind of clears things up for me. So I kind of wanted to mention something, basically that I kind of have an idea now of like what exactly I want to like kind of split my channel into, and I kind of want to do a sort of my sketches are basically art related, and then whenever I'm outlining, which is something I haven't done yet, so I'm gonna put some videos out of me outlining my drawings and making them with some pen, right? And for those, I'm gonna talk about things that aren't art related if I have something to talk about. And then if I don't have anything art related, or if I don't have anything non-art related to talk about, then I'll probably talk about art, because I can probably babble about art for a pretty long time. Oh, I see, I put another X there because I didn't like how it looked. It's a little bit harder to draw things that are interacting. I think this one was actually like, okay, so I kind of like have like two sketches where like I'm a little bit rough around the edges. And then I come to my third sketch, which is always my peak sketch in most of my sessions of drawing, where that's always a sketch that turns out to be like super good. Or like, I don't know, it just like looks nice. And I planned it out pretty well. Of course, I just used like a box and then kind of some shapes off of that. Some like triangles, some squares. And it's kind of hard to see. I kind of feel like I feel like it would take me out of the flow, but also I feel like it would kind of help people see like what exactly I'm like working with. But basically I'm thinking like I could just like, before I even start putting those hard lines, what I see in all those shapes put together, if I just take a picture of what I see before then, before I clear it up, then you can kind of see what kind of shapes I put in there. I think I kind of mess it up once I start putting those hard outlines. I put how much time I had left over with that, even though with leftover time you should be just working on making it better, but I was kind of afraid of messing with it anymore, so I left. I just took a mental break right there, just left my pencil there while I waited for it to change to the next image. I think this one was a little bit harder and a little bit more lopsided. I don't know, I'm not sure what I did with this one that was like so weird. I'm sure I'm gonna see it later. Just with me watching this back, I'm sure I'm gonna see exactly what I did. Of course, if you're limiting yourself to a certain amount of time, like, duh, you could do better. Really, what I'm trying to do is kind of train myself to draw a little bit faster. I think sometimes I spend too long on things that don't look too great, and then they still end up not looking too great anyways. So then it's like, why the fuck did I spend so much time on that one drawing? Which I think that it's really good to draw whatever you couldn't draw. I think you should try to draw that at least until you can draw it, because you shouldn't limit yourself. I do do that, but sometimes it's better to move away from something that you're working on for such a long time to kind of refresh your mind and start fresh again. So that one ended up kind of iffy, but I just left it. I didn't really draw an X or a check mark because I kind of worked on it for quite a bit to try to fix it. I think this one turns out a lot better considering it's two hands interacting again. I really like drawing things interacting, but it is a little bit harder because you gotta make sure you get those proportions correct with both hands, you know what I mean? Like, almost all of these hands on this page are pretty proportionally similar. I draw things in proportion to the page that I'm drawing on. So, I used to have a small red sketchbook for my senior year, and I would draw things a lot smaller on that sketchbook. And then whenever I've had bigger sketchbooks, I tend to draw things a little bit bigger. Not super like almost like weirdly big. I know some artists who are not used to drawing things in a smaller way. They kind of just want to draw things the way they see it. So like if it's big in real life, then they're going to draw it big on paper. And that's kind of something that just comes with like learning how to draw, I guess. You just kind of like one day it just clicks for you. I'm not really sure because I've been drawing for such a long time that I can't really remember how it went for me. At least from what I remember, it kind of just happened. So I don't know how it would work for someone else. Oh yeah, this one was okay. I think I felt a little bit off with this one. I like this sketch, but at the same time I kind of hate it. I feel like I could do better. Okay, so that's gonna be it. And then I do want to talk about some other things. I'm kind of excited to talk about some other things, not art related, soon. And so that's going to be coming soon. Once I film once I record some videos of me outlining my sketches. That's going to be it for me. I hope you like, subscribe, and come back for the next one. Thank you for watching.